Hey everyone, we're back. It's your boy Matt and of course Lana.
Okay,
Wow.
can I, before we jump into this, because the people have to know,
They
they
do.
have to know. All right. So a few weeks ago, I talked about this album that I got for an exchange, um, and it's awesome. They're wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
But then a new discovery, and I badgered Matt until I was like, download it.
Yes,
Did
you
you
did.
do it? I did. But it was worth it. And then when I text them, well, I just text them, download this, you're welcome. That was the text.
And I
Okay.
literally, all I did was I laughed at the text, went to Apple's or iTunes on my phone and just hit download. Because the name itself is like, you have to. Like, I love the name. It's kind of what we
So
do.
this is the artist is, or it's under Robert Glasper
Mm-hmm.
Experiment.
Mm-hmm.
And the name of the album is Black Radio 2. And if I can just, what do I say about the genius of this? Like, okay, I'm just gonna say who's on here. Who is
Yes.
on here? Common,
Mm-hmm.
Brandy,
Ugh.
and and here's the thing: some of these people, anymore. Like Brandy, a long time ago, she was super popular, but I wouldn't necessarily go out and buy Brandy right now. But everybody put it down. Every single person. I don't skip songs on here.
Mm-hmm.
Jill Scott, you always
The
answer my.
my call
Yes,
when I call.
Jilly, who just gets it on every level imaginable is on here. Dwele, Marsha Ambrosius. Can I just say number 6, Trust? I have played that song like 4 times, and you should hear me screaming screaming. I call it singing in my car to the song. Anthony Hamilton, Nora Jones. This other song, and I'm not familiar with Emil Sander.
Emily Sandé or Sande.
Emil, is that what her name? Please correct me because
Yes,
I know.
no, you're fine. She's from London. I first heard of her. Where did I first hear of her? She's overseas and beautiful black woman, and she has like the like fade on her like the side and back of her head, and she has like her full head of hair on top, and it's
Uh-huh.
like blonde. She's gorgeous. I'm
I
trying.
think I've seen her before because
Yeah,
that's distinct style.
she
Yeah.
I can't remember the song that was on the radio that did really well and kind of like brought her over here, but she's just an excellent singer. The song that comes to mind with me is a song called Clown or Clowns. It's a
Uh-huh.
really like it's a nice ballad. It's kind of sad, but it's just very deep. It's about her significant other. It's just you have to check her out. If you haven't heard of Emily Sandé, you have to. She's amazing.
Well, I will do that because you take my musical advice, so I will take yours.
And she did you
And
listen to somebody else that song that has her on there?
yeah, oh, I've listened to this
Because
whole.
I can't get past calls.
Yeah, oh, I know. That's what I'm saying. But you need, because you haven't heard number 9. I need you to hear Let It Ride, Nora Jones.
Oh,
That's
Nora
like,
Jones, Nora Jones.
oh, because it's got this little drum and bass thing going on in the background. And I just, oh gosh, I can't. And Layla Hathaway's on here. Bilal, if you don't know who Bilal is,
Mm.
get some.
And
Okay.
just like some of these people, I mean, some of these people are mainstream every day. So like Lana was saying, like you hear, Brandy's a really common name, common artist. I'm sorry, I should say name, but Brandy's a really common artist. Common is Nora Jones, Lupe Fiasco, Snoop Dogg, Macy Gray, Jasmine Sullivan. Those names are kind of common in Black R&B, but names like Dwele,
If you're in the neo soul, you know who Dwele
right,
is.
Neo Soul, yeah, Dwele, Bilal. I would even say like Marsha Ambrosius is
Yeah.
kind of that way.
Yeah. If you know, like I
If
said,
you know from
neo soul
Floetry.
artist, you know who it is, like from Floetry, exactly. And you might be thinking, Lupe Fiasco, Snoop Dogg. No, do yourself a favor, because whatever you think you've heard from certain artists, like, oh, it's gonna sound like this, it doesn't.
You're right, because even like, and
It doesn't.
I'm a little side eye because this album just came out like 2 weeks ago, and I
Hmm.
thought Snoop Dogg's name was Snoop Lion.
Right.
So I don't understand why it says Snoop Dogg in here, but whatever. Maybe it was like a little like nickname thing, like because you don't go around buying a new Diddy album and it says P Diddy on it. or like
Right.
Puff Daddy, you know, or
Yes.
the new Jay-Z album, it doesn't say J-Z. It's just
Yeah.
Jay-Z now. Why did he remove the dash?
Who knows?
Whatever. Anyway, it's like the small thing because iTunes, when you download a Jay-Z album now, it now says J space Z. It
That's
doesn't.
weird.
He took the dash. He officially took the dash out of his name after
Well,
being in
because
the
that's
game for 25 years. Whatever.
so wow, it's profound.
I think Beyonce. I think Beyonce told him to do it.
Right. You know that's what
You know
happened.
how it is.
Um, and so, anyways, I gotta tell you, it's funny how I even came across this project
Mhm.
because my mom is so cute. So she has this iTunes card. Cause what last Christmas I got her and my dad iPods. I think I said that before.
Mhm.
So she has this gift card. She was like, I don't know how to use it. Da, da. And so I'm over there, and finally I'm willing, and I'm not being impatient. I'm being so patient. She's just naming off these artists. She's like, okay, I load the iTunes on there for her, and she's like, okay, I want this person. And so my dad is looking stuff up on YouTube, playing the song. Is
Okay.
it this one? Is it this version? Is it this version? And so I'm finding this for her on iTunes. And then, she's like, I need some ideas. So we turn to the R&B music station on Time Warner, which is our cable provider.
Mhm.
And, these songs are coming on. And she goes, oh, I like that Usher song. I was like, Mom, don't waste your money on that. Not that it's a waste. I like the song too. But,
If you
get
want
some
some
songs
depth,
that, yeah. And so this song comes on, and she's like, wait, is that Jill?
because you know Jill. Like Jill
Yeah.
Scott is. And I feel bad because I don't own anything of hers that it's like a full album. I own like singles or like just
Uh-huh.
individual tracks that I've heard, like not necessarily on the radio, but songs I've just heard in passing.
Mhm.
And usually they're pretty heavy or
Songs are pretty raw, aren't they?
yeah. I was trying to find like a safe word, but it's like they're very intimate, very heavily intimate.
Yeah.
Even like I was telling before we recorded, we were talking about this album, and I was telling Lana how I'm just obsessed with this song "Calls," and it's like she could literally sing the alphabet, and
Right.
I could like get my life from that, like just alone, like God, like can you do like no? Okay, anyway.
So I used Shazam,
Hmm.
and Shazam is helpful.
Shazam is
You know
everything.
what?
Shazam is everything.
Shazam, you know what? You better press that button if you need to know what a song
I
is.
tell Siri real
Okay.
quick. I'm like, open up Shazam. She's like, I need you to unlock your password. I'm like, quickly, because the song is about to end. Open
I
the
know.
app.
I know.
That should be like an outside of your password app. Because
Exactly. Shazam. And so we see on there, I'm opening up Shazam. Shazam's like, what? I don't know what that is. And then I'm like, duh, it's right there. And we're like, the song's almost over. So it says Robert Glasper Project. And so I look at it, and it's specifically for iTunes. So I look at it, go on iTunes, and it hasn't been released yet. And so I'm like, and it was like 2 days before it's released. So I have it in my hand. I'm like, okay, I got to download this entire thing. And then I look to see who all the artists are. And I'm just like, oh, yeah. And so I get it like day of, or I want to say day after. And there's two versions. There's the regular and there's deluxe. Get the deluxe. It's got like 4 extra songs. It's definitely worth it. It's only like what, $2 or $3 more,
$2.
and $2 more.
Yeah.
Yeah, do yourself a favor. Get those 4 songs.
I'm going to tell you
And
because
that's the story.
you didn't even let me, you didn't even allow me the option.
No, I didn't.
Because I literally went on, like, and I think iTunes knew I was coming. Like, you told iTunes I was coming. Because I went to iTunes, I typed in Robert Glasper. I can never say his name. Robert Glasper. And it popped up, but it only popped up with Black Radio 2, and then,
Uh-huh.
like, another album that wasn't Black Radio. Oh, and it was
Yeah.
Black Radio 2 deluxe version, and then another album. Like, that was the only option I had. So I couldn't
Yeah.
even get Black Talk Radio 2 standard version if I wanted to.
Right.
So I feel like you
No.
called Apple and was like, yo, Matt, you need to, when he types in this name, I need your code to send him here.
I know, right?
Like, I'm like, whatever. I didn't even literally did not even look at the track list. I was like, download, I trust her. Because remember when we drove down to LA, or did we drive down to LA that day, or was
I
it down
think
in
we were
San
doing
Diego?
Oxnard. Or were we?
Which both trips we took, whether it was LA or to San Diego, was at least an hour. And we just listened to
Yeah.
like neo soul music the entire time.
Yeah, yeah.
And just mixes and stuff. We were just, Lana and I were both just going back and forth with our music. And,
Yeah.
have you listened to them yet? Have you listened to them yet? Have you heard them yet? And it's just like,
Right.
it was just really good, like, feedback. Okay, all right. Like, I'm like, all right, Lana knows her music. All right.
I know.
I mean, we know each other, but I haven't sat down and listened to music with Lana before, or with
Right.
you before. So it's like, Okay, okay, she has good taste. She has good taste in music. All right. Okay.
Right. So
So
if I hear something that I think is marvelous, I'm like texting him, download that.
seriously, so sorry we just kind of bum rush you guys with this song or this album, song and album. But if you like neo soul music or if you're looking for some more like chill music, R&B type, I would definitely say, and Lana would agree, to check out Robert Glasper Experiment Black Radio 2 deluxe
How about
version.
if you just like good music?
Yeah. Well, I mean
How
that's
about if you're tired of the crap on the radio and you just do something different?
you.
I'm
You're
sorry.
right.
I just,
You jumped
the
in
state of
and
radio bothers me. I'm
that's why I don't like to listen to radio. Like, radio is very because they play music they play the same song so
Ugh,
often, and
I can't.
it's just really disgusting. So we just wanted to throw that out there. So welcome to the podcast,
Welcome.
episode 23. Episode 23. We took a week off. This has been just a weird week.
It's been weird. Are you going to tell them what happened?
Oh God, no.
Okay.
But it's been well, primarily because I've been sick. I don't sound like it now, but I'm literally taking like the nasal lubricating stuff, and ZZ from the makers of NyQuil, ZZZ Quill. And when I tell you that if you take a half a cup of that, like the cup they give you, if you take a half a cup of that, do not try to watch a show, anything, even if the show is 25 minutes. 10 minutes in, I was like, it is not. Well, the reason I bought it was because I needed it, and two, Target had a $5 gift card if you bought it. So I got a $5 gift card from Target.
Hey.
So this has been that kind of week, and just, but we're back in the studio, quote unquote. I'm gonna call it the studio.
You know what? It is a studio. It's your studio and my studio. We call it studio if we want to call it a studio.
I love the passion you're giving me today, Lana.
I'm passionate today. I'm feeling passionate about so many things, but in a good way, not in a bad way, like we were a couple of weeks ago.
Right.
But like,
So let's just hop into it.
way.
Right. So let's just hop into it. So let's go with, because we have missed out on Blast in the Past. We missed out on Blerds of the Week. Let's get into it. So my Blast in the Past will kind of take us into basically all around television. I have like a couple topics under television. So my Blast in the Past, which has been has been in the news lately, is the show Full House. And, Full House was a really big show. It was on TGI Friday or TGIF on ABC, which I think we talked about this a couple weeks ago. But TGIF was not only on ABC, but it was on Channel 13 for a while or whatever. Whatever. Or NBC to ABC, or went back and forth. I don't understand. But anyway, it was a long-standing show. It had Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen. They were the big stars of the show. And then other characters like John Stamos. A lot of people know him. Well, anyway, about a week ago, I remember reading that there was, and these are like from sources, like true like news article sources, that Full House, they were rebooting Full House. Which makes sense, and here's why I say it makes sense, and this is why I'm gonna come back, but here's why I say it makes sense, because NBC has already announced that they're rebooting the show Charmed.
Yeah.
They're rebooting that. That's official. They've already ordered a pilot, and then they're rebooting Murder, She Wrote.
Yes, I heard that one too.
And that's played by, I can't remember her name.
Angela Lansbury.
Is it Angela Lansbury?
Wasn't it Murder, She Wrote?
No,
Yeah.
the new character.
Which one? The new character? I don't know.
The new actress. She was from The Help. She won the Oscar for Best Supporting Actress. What is her name? Octavia Spencer.
For real?
Yeah, so Octavia Spencer is going to star in the Murder, She Wrote reboot as the main character.
What?
Yeah. So that was a surprising thing. So NBC did both those things, and then right after that, the Full House reboot happened, or was stated. And I'm like, I don't know, because it's supposed to be around DJ and the other sister. DJ Tanner.
And then Stephanie Tanner.
Yeah, and Stephanie Tanner. It's supposed to be based around
the younger sister.
Right. It's supposed to be based around them. And they're now grown adults, and as well as their own family. So it's like, I guess they're roommates, and the people live upstairs, who live downstairs, like a Full House thing again.
So no more Uncle Jesse, no more none of that. Is it same actresses, different actresses?
Well, in the two articles that I read last week, it just said it would be revolving around the sisters. And I would assume that like Stamos and like the other characters would come in, make cameos or whatever. As needed, but it would be revolving around the sisters. Now, as of 2 days ago, John Stamos confirmed that was not in the cards. It was a hoax. So I'm a little upset. I'm a little upset and then a little excited, just because it's like you don't want to ruin that memory of a good show. But at the
Yeah.
same time, it's like I was excited because all these reboots were happening, and I don't want to see a Murder She Wrote. I'm happy for Octavia Spencer, but I don't want to see a Murder She Wrote reboot, and I'm just not feeling a Charmed reboot because it's like the Amazing Spider-Man. It's like the reboot, like it's 2 days later.
Yeah.
Charm only ended like 3 or 4 years ago. So, and I have watched a lot of this series, but I have not seen the finale. And what I've been told is that the end of the series was very like concrete, like this is the end.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know who, how they're going to do it, but I did hear, I was looking on Twitter and people were saying, oh, we should do, what if Raven Simone like did an actual like cameo? And I just like, I can't. So it's just sad that it's just that Full House is a hoax. I want it to be a real
Yeah.
show, but it's sad that it's not. But back like for the Charm thing, someone was talking about, and I hope this doesn't become maybe it is a rumor. It was just a rumor, but they were saying that
Uh-huh.
like Raven Simone would be like the main sister in the Charm reboot, and I
Oh,
think it was a
that.
what if. I think it was a what if thing.
But if I might kind of check that out though. I mean, I don't know. That would be. I didn't. I had like okay, so Charmed was out when I was in college, and I had some friends that were deeply, deeply into Charmed. They love it.
Hmm.
So I mean, if they did do something like that, I don't know. I might be cool with watching it.
And that would be cool, but here's the thing. Here's where I like kind of because it's NBC.
Right.
NBC, from my point of view, stands for No Blacks Channel. So
They tried, but they give him the suckiest
they give
roles.
it the
Like
suckiest
that.
roles.
The one with Blair Underwood that was canceled. Which one was that? Some
Uh,
about.
like Scandal. Remember the show Scandal? Not the show Scandal, but the show. It was like Scandal on NBC. What's her name?
Oh,
It
what's
was.
it called? Hilarious? No, wait.
Did you say hilarious? What did you?
Yeah, I said hilarious.
What was
But it was
It was
Deception.
Deception. Yeah, so Deception with Megan Good. I thought it was a good show. Like Kerry Washington from Scandal kept like pushing the show, and Shonda Rhimes was pushing the
She
show
did. I
like in their support.
love
And
giving her.
I
Awesome.
did like it. I did like Deception, but it got canceled very early. And the thing is, when it comes to NBC, black people, African American people, just aren't the front runners of any of their shows. And probably,
He's in a different world.
would you say?
Since the Cosby Show in a different world, it's been like,
Right. So,
you know.
I mean, that's my. I guess my blast from the past is also this television in general. But with all these reboots, and I guess another thing that makes me kind of sad is the fact that a lot of these networks are instead of coming up with original content, they're just rebooting stuff. Like even Jonathan Rhys Meyers in the show Dracula. It's not necessarily a reboot, but it's not. I mean, I'm sorry, it is a reboot. It's not. It's not necessarily. It is original, but it's also not. The story
Yeah.
of Dracula is the same. Even though I haven't watched it and I really do like it, it's like it's not super original.
Yeah.
It's just
So,
not.
so I didn't, and the thing is, I meant to watch the first episode and I just didn't.
Hmm.
I'm not sure why. Maybe I was gone on Friday.
Well, it's
I
also
don't know.
It's on Friday. Like
And I'm very seldom, like, besides The Legend of Korra, like, what else am I watching or recording on Friday?
on Fridays, I feel like Friday for any channel, any network is a suicide
Yeah.
note. But like the show Grimm is on Friday. They're back to
Yeah.
back, so I'm kind of weirded out, or not weirded out, but I'm kind of like have a raised eyebrow because why do you have your premiere show that you were boosting at Comic-Con? Boosting. You were boosting both those shows, and maybe because the ratings are dropping. I don't know. I don't follow NBC like that, but the show hasn't even started yet, and you already have it on the Friday slot. Grimm is
You know,
on Friday slot.
You know what I'm wondering though? I'm wondering if because they know that Friday is a night of lower viewership, I'm wondering if they don't have the same expectations as they do for say a Scandal, which Thursday night is prime for whatever reason.
Is
Yeah.
prime time real estate. Now, before we
Right.
get into Scandal,
Yeah.
we got to get into it. What's your blast of the past? I'm sorry, I just kind of took
My
over the blast of the past
my
segment.
blast from the past is actually going back to Cosby Show era. My blast from the past is a different world
Okay.
because a different world made me want to go to a black college. I ended up going to a HBCU, which is historically black college university, and just watch just that whole experience.
Right.
Now, my experience wasn't a different world experience, but it was the first time on television that I had seen young adults, African American young adults, um, with their love triangles and their struggles and going to class and trying to get the grades. I mean, it was just, I was so addicted to that show. Oh my gosh, Dwayne and Whitley. Dwayne with the flip up glasses, Dwayne
Mm-hmm.
played by Kadeem Hardison and
Yep.
Whitley played by Jasmine Guy. And just the episodes, like their Black History episodes, that was like the Black History one where they put on this full on production where Jasmine Guy was dancing, because I think she has a like a history of dance and stuff like that. And they
Yep.
did this whole production, and it went into like colorism a little bit, and which is something that goes on sometimes in the Black community. And it, just the whole experience of watching them grow up. And the show from its inception started very differently than it ended.
Right.
It started as a spinoff from The Cosby Show, starring Lisa Bonet, aka, isn't her name now Lila Coy Moon?
Is that really her name? I thought it was still.
No, she changed it. She's married to Jason, what's his name? Momoa, the dude from who he did Conan,
Mhm.
and he also played in Game of Thrones.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
He didn't talk much, but he was nice to look at.
He was the candy.
Anyways, right, he was eye candy. He could just sit there and shut up. So
Mm.
that's her husband. But
Oh.
after Lisa Bonet did I want to, it was, oh my gosh, something Heart, Angel Heart. She did Angel Heart, which was, have you ever seen Angel
I have
Heart?
not. What is that?
Yeah, so Angel Heart is
Yeah.
this movie. It has to do like with voodoo and all that stuff. It came out such a long time ago. When it came out, you would have not watched Angel Heart. Let me put it like that.
Because I know the last time I saw Jasmine Guy was on the Vampire Diaries.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know. But anyway, no, you weren't talking
So
about. Were
Angel
you?
Heart.
You weren't talking about Jasmine Guy, were you?
No, well, Lisa Bonet did Angel Heart,
Okay.
and she ended up actually getting dropped from the Cosby Show not soon after that because of the content of the movie. Um,
Oh, okay.
it has Mickey Rourke, Robert De Niro, Lisa Bonet, and yeah, it was kind of a trip. Um,
Oh, okay.
so she left, and they had her go away, but she did end up coming back a little bit later. But they had her go away, and Marissa Tomei was actually in the first incarnation of A Different World.
Hmm.
And so it was really cool. So they did have some mix. They had a couple of non black characters on there, which was neat because you had these people who were like, military family and stuff. They were going to a typically all black college. And I really like that contrast.
Right.
And then later on, you had the addition of like, Jada Pinkett and Gary Durdan. I always mispronounce his name. He was part of the cast. He played a character named Shazaa, who was with Cree Summer, who
Shazam.
played a character named Freddie. So, it was just watching them kind of just grow up and, just have that whole college experience go from students to grad students to professors at the college, and the whole love affair between Dwayne and Whitley. Will they, won't they? And oh my gosh, when he stopped her wedding, that was like the best episode
That was like one of the most
ever.
famous scenes.
Oh,
One from the show, but from like the '90s era of television. I know
yes.
because could you know like what is it?
Must.
VH1 like top 100 moments or whatever that they used to do that
Oh,
stuff, and that was one of the scenes. Was that wedding interruption was from A Different World. I think the thing I liked about that show is I watched a lot of it, but I watched it on syndicate when it was syndicated. It
yeah.
just reminded me of like a black 90210.
Yeah.
I mean,
It,
obviously expanding on like growth, like
right.
not just in high school, but going to or being in college and going from
Yeah.
there. But it just reminded me just of just 90210 and not about being, in the LA lifestyle and
Mhm.
fancy. It just reminded me, meaning of just the dynamics of
Yeah.
take out the money, take out all that stuff, but just looking at the dynamics of the characters themselves and how they
It
grow.
was. And they dealt with so many issues. They dealt with HIV. They
Mm.
dealt with pregnancy scares. They dealt with what they dealt with racism in a couple of episodes, but it wasn't something that was kind of pushed constantly.
Right.
Um, it was just a very, very well done show.
Hmm.
And also you had people from all kind of socioeconomic backgrounds come together, like Whitley and Ron. They came for money,
Hmm.
you know, whereas Whitley, she had the expectations of her family. And then Ron, he was kind of like a screw up whose dad kind of thought he was doing more than he was. And then you had Dwayne Wayne, who
Hmm.
was absolutely brilliant, who came from, a poor background, or a background, I should say, with less money.
Right.
And you know how he was able to overcome and excel. And so that was so important. Me and my sister, back in the day, VHS, we used to record the episodes and like rewatch them, especially the finales. We were sitting there. And do you remember when Michael Jackson had his like video premiere of Remember the Time?
Yes.
And like in between, I want to say it was like after the Cosby Show or
Yep.
before A Different World. And so we were, I mean, can I just say that was a fabulous night of television
It was just a
between
great
the
night.
Cosby Show, A
Hmm.
Different World, and Remember the Time, all at the same
Do you
night.
remember the time? Okay, I'm not. I'm done. I'm done singing. I swear I'm done singing. Okay.
Don't say it
I,
because Jill's going to start doing the
that's
alphabet.
what I'm saying. I can't do it.
You
Okay.
are okay. Yeah. So that's my blast from the past. It's why I love it, why it was important to me.
No, that's fine. I love
Yes,
it.
love
No,
it. I would love a reunion show.
I love that
And anybody, do you ever know that sometimes when we talk about something on the podcast, you see it in the news the next day?
we
It
really
makes me
do.
think the government is listening.
It makes me feel.
I've seen that more than
But
once.
see, we've talked about this before in the past, in past podcasts. We've talked
Yeah,
about this, and this is why people do listen. People listen to us. They take in our opinion, and they, they bring it to life.
they bring it to life. And it's like, you're welcome. You're welcome.
So, okay, let's. Okay, what do you want to talk about next? There's so many things in my head.
You know what? Let's get Kamikaze out the way.
Okay, let's talk
Let me
about.
talk about Kamikaze real
Please
quick.
go ahead.
And I'm going to just keep it kind of short and concise because it was small. And
It was petite.
it was a petite size convention. But can I say, it's a 3-day event.
Hmm.
Unless there's people that you actually want to meet and see on Friday and Sunday, going on Saturday is, I was done in a few hours. It was, and also they had a lot of panels. I have to give it to them. I'm not trying to down them. They had a lot of panels, a lot of interesting panels. They had a lot of interesting panels on Sunday. I didn't get to go on Sunday. I just went Saturday. Met up with some of the Comic Con crew. Shout out to them,
Hmm.
that me and Matt are both a part of. And so it was nice to meet up with my friends that we only see on Facebook. But the floor is small,
Right.
and Stanley was there. He did some signings and stuff. They had several people. They had Weird Al there. RuPaul was there.
Oh wow.
Um,
Okay.
yeah. Uh-huh. He had the longest line out of everybody. They had Dean
Wow.
there. They had Elvira,
Hmm.
which was cool. I got to get a peek at her. She looks fabulous. She looks just about exactly the same.
Hmm.
Um, but it was neat, like Louis Anderson. They had like some different people there. Um, they had a video game museum. So there's this guy. He's collected pretty much every single video game system. I saw Coleco. I saw
Oh.
Rock, the Nintendo robot. Like, and I took pictures. I need to actually put these pictures on the Blerds on our Facebook page.
Mm.
But I took pictures of the different video game systems, and he has the very, very first Atari. Some of the systems that we actually talked about on this show, I
Yeah.
took stuff. So it was very, very neat to just see that. It took him years to collect just so people could see, just so he could display them. Just the history of gaming systems. It was pretty awesome. That was one of the best things that I saw there.
So I think the thing that's cool about Kamikaze, because I was going to ask you like what makes it different from like a Comic
Mhm.
Con or Emerald City Comic Con, all these different Comic Cons. And it just seems to me like a very laid back, almost kind of
It is.
indie Comic
It
Con,
is.
almost
It was
indie.
great. Can I just say, we all know, me and you are like, we love San Diego Comic Con. That's like the
Yes.
holy grail.
Yep.
Okay, but it was just cool to just like get there. I got there early, like a little bit before it opened.
Hmm.
Got parking, walked across the street to the convention,
Wow.
parked across the street, which was neat. Because this is LA, it's at the Staples Center, so we do things different in LA. Um,
In the
we're
Angeles.
used to big events in Los Angeles. Okay, it's not like, oh, you're having a convention, fine, go park.
Right.
It's not like a big deal. So, walk across the street, be able to just walk in there, get my little 1 day badge. And it was cool to just wander around and not be running to a line and wait 3 hours to get into something. It was so laid back. And I love that. And I got my convention fix without being half crazed about it.
And see, that's what I love and I hate because one, I'm very jealous or I'm very envious that I was not there. Because I was like, I was on the phone with you, Lana, and I was like, please just have fun. Like, just have so much fun. Because I thought it was going to be really stressful for you, meaning just,
Huh?
I thought it was going to be San Diego Comic Con. And
Yeah.
so to hear this feedback is like, I love it, and I really want to go to it just because San Diego Comic Con is the holy grail for us. It's also the holy grail of Comic Cons or conventions, but it's so overwhelming all the time because if you
Yeah.
for the one thing you choose to do, you are missing out on probably, to be quite honest, maybe 50 other things.
Yeah, at least. And, those are the sacrifices you have to make, but everything there is awesome. So it's kind of like, what are you passionate about? You got to pick what you want to do.
Mm.
And with Kamikaze, they had some good panels. I'm going to touch on the panels real quick.
Yeah, I
So,
love the pause.
so the first panel I went
Hmm.
to was really interesting. It's about, diversity and comics and gaming and cosplay and all that stuff.
Right.
And it was great. And they made some really good points about the strides in diversity, and about, is it okay if you are not white, if you are Caucasian, to play a character who's black, even though we don't have many to cosplay as.
Right.
Do you need to do blackface?
Our
Do you
bronzer
need to
face.
paint? Right, do you need to paint your skin? The consensus was pretty much no.
Yeah,
uh,
no. We know what you go,
Because
we know what you're
now,
dressed as.
typical blackface, if you, and see, here's the thing, people plead ignorance, and I think there's just, I mean, now we live in a generation where, I mean, sad to say it, but a lot of black children and a lot of, you know, a couple of generations behind me don't really know too much about their history,
Right.
don't know what blackface is, why it was used, why it's offensive, and why, a lot of, but not all, blacks will bristle when you see somebody dressed in blackface. There's a definite history there, and if you forget the history, then you repeat it, and then you have people asking why it's a big deal and why it's fine, and people defending the fact that they dressed up as Trayvon Martin for Halloween. But I'm not going to get into that because then I'll just get angry.
Well, I mean, but
Um,
you have a point. Like, I mean, when we were at um in my limited arsenal of conventions I've been to so far, when people cosplay, it's always been very safe. I mean, from what I've seen, I haven't
yeah.
ran into anything, luckily, where I've seen someone dressed as Luke Cage, a white guy dressed as Luke Cage, or anyone that's not black dressed as Luke Cage, and they have like makeup, like blackface makeup on, or
Because you don't have
because
to.
you don't
If
have
your
to.
cosplay is good enough, people should know who you are. If you have it down, people should know who you are, and don't assume, like, there was this one young lady, and I'm not familiar with all the characters of True Blood, but she dressed up as a True Blood character, and everybody just assumed that she was Tara.
Mm-hmm.
And she was playing, I guess, somebody who had red hair on the show, but like I said, I don't really watch True Blood, so I'm not sure who that is.
Yeah.
But she was playing somebody else, and she said, she was kind of hurt because she was very obviously this other character who was white, had the same hair, same clothes, same everything, but everybody just said Tara. All they saw was her skin color.
See, I don't. And then they kind of, and we've talked about this before we even started the podcast. We talked about doing. Me and you've talked about doing cosplay before, and it's
Yeah,
like, I mean, I know one idea we did have was going as Black Panther and
and
Storm.
Storm.
Now that was just an idea because I know you love Storm, and I love
Right,
Black Panther. I love Storm as well. I thought it would be a great like couple cosplay. I thought it would be great.
right.
But then even when I wanted to do cosplay, let's say I'm doing it by myself, it's like we really do have very limited options. I mean, like I thought about going like as Luke Cage. What's his name from Marvel? Cable's I can't remember his name. going as him, or going as, or I would have to go as characters where I would have to have a mask or something that would tell me, that just the outfit itself sells
Yeah.
it. But even like I'm imagining like someone going as like Luke Cage, that's not black. If you
Yeah.
wear Luke Cage's outfit is consistent, the yellow shirt, he's really muscly, and usually wears sunglasses, and he has he just has a very simple outfit, and like his belt kind of gives it away too. Like if I saw, let's say, a Caucasian person or a white person wearing that outfit, I'm like, oh, he's Luke Cage. He's just
Yeah.
that's he's Luke
Yeah,
Cage.
and see, and that's the thing. Yeah, you shouldn't have to paint your skin. People should, I mean, if you're cosplaying as somebody, your outfit should be good enough to where people would know. Like, and I've actually been thinking about steampunk a little bit. I mean,
I
if
love
I
it.
wanted to just go outside of characters and just, do steampunk, I think they have the most beautiful outfits. And I know it's very time intensive and to get all the details and stuff right, but there's a lot of great videos on YouTube kind of telling you how to get the guns right and how to, and that's one of the pictures I posted on my personal Facebook was a guy who had this fabulous steampunk costume on. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about steampunk next week just because of somebody that I met that's doing really great stuff with that.
Yeah.
And but I met a young man. Actually, we might be around the same age. I'm calling him young, like I'm 50. You just get age, start doing that. But he his name is Sean Allen,
Mm-hmm.
and he is an artist and he is a writer, and him and some of his friends have created Street Team. And Street Team is, he told me, is going to be made into a movie, and it's also, there's a beta for, and I haven't played it yet, but I'm going to play it. It's a PC video game called Street Team, and it's multi-ethnic, multicultural, and he's created all of these, characters, and most of the characters are of African descent. A little bit about him: he is actually born and raised in Barbados
Mm-hmm.
and grew up in Philadelphia. And right now he's a freelance writer, inker, instructor, and that's what he does. Like a lot of stuff that he does with his work is kind of like self-taught,
Yep.
and it's really cool. So I bought kind of like a collection of his work, and you can find him on Facebook at Pyroglyphic Studio, like www.facebook.com/Pyroglyphic Studio.
Mm-hmm.
Take a look at some of his stuff. It's really, really,
I'm
really
I'm
interesting.
looking at the Street Team Now website, which is
Yeah.
that's on urbanshogun.com,
Huh?
and this looks really cool. This is my first time ever seeing it, and instantly, you know what I thought of? I thought of the video game Streets of Rage.
Mm-hmm.
And if anyone out there has played Streets of Rage or Streets of Rage 2, it was for Sega Genesis. I mean, this is like early 90s, and this game was the bomb because you played as like, I think they had one black character on there, and I could be wrong, but I think he was like on skates or skateboard.
Yeah.
And it was like you fought these people, and it was a really, really hard game. If you were playing by yourself, good luck, because back in the day, you didn't have save disk or a save memory. So if
Uh-huh.
you died, you went back to the beginning, and it was really stressful. But it was such a cool game, and to see, like, I'm literally, the thing I've learned while recording the podcast in the past with Lana is that I can play video and you guys can't hear it, but I can hear it, which is weird and cool.
Uh-huh.
So I'm watching the YouTube trailer right now, and it reminds me of Streets of Rage. I see it's PC only. It sucks is I only have a Mac, so it'd be cool if I could have it for to definitely test it out. It seems really, I think the cost is great. 1 to 2 players, 3 playable characters plus a bonus outfit. I mean, this looks like a really cool thing. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check this out.
Mm-hmm. And it's really cool. So hit up the Facebook page, look at some of his work. I actually have one of the graphic novels that he came out with about the Street Team.
Hmm.
The art is beautiful, and I really am digging it. And hopefully, I would like to get an interview with him. We actually talked about that.
Oh, are
So,
you serious?
yeah.
I'm excited.
So soon, and he seemed pretty down for that. So soon, we should probably be able to talk to him, do an interview, kind of pick his brain about upcoming projects, and yeah, show some support to up and coming artiste.
Oh, and also maybe, if the interview goes well, which of course it will be in his
Mhm.
next installment, maybe like a next graphic novel
I would
or
love it, Lana. And I can give him notes. This is what I want to look like. This is what I want to wear. This is what I want my skills to be. Like, as if I haven't thought of that and don't know
so
exactly
Lana.
what I want my powers to be. Whatever, with like two swords all the time and like ninja skills, please.
So
Kidding?
okay, all right, Michonne.
Yeah,
Um,
but more. But more.
but
Because
more.
you know what? I will have a wardrobe. I don't care if the zombie apocalypse hits tomorrow. I won't be wearing the same thing every day.
Okay, really quick. I'm just gonna blurt out some. We have so much to talk about. I'm just gonna blurt
Uh-huh.
out some shows, and I just want you to give me like a quick, like 10-second rundown of what you're thinking of the season so far.
Okay.
How does it sound? Okay. So, well, no, this is gonna be more than 10 seconds. But Scandal.
Scandal, 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 is scandalous. Okay, it's interesting. I like Jake. I like Jake and Huck working together. I did not watch last week's episode yet because I'm just. I know, because honestly, work kind of kicked my butt this
That's
week,
true.
and my brain was fried.
That's true.
So,
That's true.
yeah, I haven't watched it yet. I kind of like the direction that they're going. I don't know what has happened as a result of the information that has been or will be divulged,
Lana, you
but
need to watch this past
I'm
week's
gonna watch
episode,
it
darn
today.
it.
I know.
Oh, I'm so
But
distraught. I'm so distraught
I
without you. When
know,
you don't watch it, you don't watch it, I feel like helpless.
I
Because I don't want to talk to anyone else except for you about it. So it's like, I literally, well, of course, after everything that's happened this week, I didn't watch this past week's episode until like 2 hours ago or a couple hours ago. And
yeah.
I'm just like, the end of the last episode, Lana.
Okay, shut up.
Okay,
Okay.
okay,
I'm gonna watch it today. I'm
okay.
gonna watch it
Now,
today. Okay.
here's a question. Still, okay, we've been on television, but that's fine. So, this is a show that I have not been watching for a while, actually, since like episode 2.
Uh-huh.
And it hurts my heart to say this out loud. I have not spoken about this.
Mm.
Because I'm just not into it. I want
I'm
to.
gonna guess. Okay, I have in my head the show that you're talking about,
Okay. I mean, I must give.
and I'm curious. I'm curious.
Well, I'm gonna give you my reason why
Tell me
I'm
the
not
show.
liking this show because it's just
Okay,
to me it's just this is the nicest way to say it. It's just boring.
boring.
It's not doing anything for me. I guess when the creators of this show when I followed their work in the past, it's always been very interesting, very over the top, and it just seems very simple. And just not what I expected. So, Lana, what show do you think I'm talking about? Say it, Lana. Say it.
Are you talking about Agents of Shield? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, I'm talking about Agents of Shield. So listen.
I just need a yes or no
Yes, I'm talking about Agents of Shield.
because
I'm talking about Agents of Shield.
do you know why? Why do you think I know that? Because I stopped watching at the same time you did, never said anything.
We're terrible nerds. We're critical. No, we're not terrible nerds. We're not
After
terrible nerds.
episode 2,
We are critical. Okay, when you
we're honest.
like, when you are like, I don't know how to say this, but because it makes it sound like we're elitist, and it's not what I mean. But it's like, I mean, my favorite character of Marvel is X-23. I'm currently reading the Infinity Saga. I'm into the Avengers. I'm into all this over the top stuff. I don't want to watch a story about humans that monitor extraterrestrial things or supernatural things.
With X Files, it was called X Files.
It was called X-Files. Or if you want to do something else, it's called Supernatural. But even then, one of those brothers has supernatural powers in itself. So it's like,
You know?
yeah, he does. It's really complicated. I love like,
I'm all like,
but the thing is like, okay, here's why I got excited at the pilot because I really did love the pilot because I thought that I can't remember his name, but the black guy that was played the hero, the kind of the pseudo hero or
yeah,
whatever of that episode, I thought he was going to be a main cast member.
me too.
Because I was excited to see S.H.I.E.L.D. partnering. I thought the direction they were going was having S.H.I.E.L.D. partnering with a supernatural person or someone with supernatural powers or whatever and there was like it was like superhumans and Shield coming together,
That
not
would have been awesome.
just normal people monitoring um, supernatural things. So I'm really interested to see if people out there feel the same way we do or feel the same way I do, just because I know the numbers are still doing well, still doing pretty well for a show. But it's just like I don't get it. Like when I'm watching the event,
Boring.
this is okay. Thank you.
It's boring. They got some chick who lives in a van down by the river, and she's there, and like I'm like I don't care, and I don't understand. Ming Na, she's awesome, but she doesn't get to fight that much,
Why
and
did they make Ming Na boring? They made her so. She is a
they made her
great
so
actress. She can fight. She is very dramatic in that way. And y'all made her basically boring. A
yeah.
captain. It's like,
I need more. It's just I need more, and you know, I don't know. I mean, just because like I love Joss Whedon projects, but that doesn't mean it's gonna automatically be awesome.
right. And I mean, I know Joss Whedon, a lot of his shows take time, like a
I don't have that
season.
much time. There's too much
There's too
on.
much. If I were, this is why I hate. This is why I don't like that Lana, me and you are not physically here because I was about to. I literally punched the air, like I was going to like punch your shoulder, like get out of my mind, get out of my heart, because it's just too much stuff going on. Like I'm giving Dracula a chance. And here's why I want to talk about this today was because I'm going through my DVR, and yesterday my
Mm,
DVR was at 98%. That's how much I did not watch
mm,
this week. So I'm going
yeah.
through and trying to like watch stuff and blah blah blah, and then I'm going through and deleting stuff. Well, Agents of Shield is like 4 episodes taped,
Same here.
and I was like, I
Unwatched.
literally pulled out the flip a coin app and flipped a coin. And then it was like, no, it's time to go, and I just deleted it. And the funny thing is, someone had just posted, I think, on like one of our Comic Con pages or fan pages or group pages, not fan pages, group pages, and said that this past Shield episode was the best one yet, and a lot of people agreed, and they discussed it, and I was just like, really? Like that's what happened? Like
I just don't. I don't. You know what? Maybe I'll start up second season because Falling Skies. We've
I
talked about
knew it.
Falling.
I knew you were going to say Fallings. I'm not. Now,
I didn't like Falling season one. I was like, I dropped off halfway. I was super excited. Love Noah Wiley. Super excited about the idea. Season two, I skipped entirely. Season three, I just jumped in and watched, and it was awesome. I was all on board with Falling Skies. I like it. I'm looking forward to the premiere. It was really good. So I'm not saying that I will never watch Agents of Shield. I'm saying that I will give it a chance. Maybe I'll watch the season finale. Give it a chance next season. I don't really care what happens in between.
I don't.
Unless I start hearing from some reliable sources that the show is awesome and you can't miss it. Like, honestly, our friends from the Nerd Truth have got me like to where I feel like I have to watch Arrow.
Have
Like,
you not seen anything about Arrow?
I've seen the pilot. I saw the pilot and I thought it was good, and I just kind of ignored it when it came on. I
Hmm.
thought the pilot was good. I saw it at Comic-Con, but they've been talking about it, and so I feel like, okay, I guess I'm gonna watch Green Arrow
Well,
now.
here's the sad thing from my point of view is I watched the first season of Arrow and I loved it. And
Uh-huh.
when this one premiered, a lot of stuff that I have on DVR just doesn't tape anymore. Like it just, like when the season came back on, it just doesn't tape. So I'm missing on a lot of
That's
shows, but I have Hulu Plus. So Arrow's on Hulu Plus. I have not watched any of the episodes, even though I think they're on episode 4. Um, and even though I can go back and watch them all back to back right now, it's not that I don't want to watch it. It's just like I'm going to watch it and then I end up doing something or I end up watching something else. And by the time I finish watching something else, I'm too tired. So it's
Yeah.
not like I don't want to watch the show. And I'm really excited because of The Flash. And I think he's already appeared. Barry is
Yeah.
already, I mean, he's already appeared as his human self. He's already appeared in like the first 2 episodes or first episode already. And he's only supposed to appear in, I think, 3 or 4 episodes total this season. And then they'll instantly spin off to The Flash.
Yeah, and Dinah, isn't she supposed to be on, or Black Canary
Black
somebody?
Canary's one. I think she's already. I think because I haven't seen it yet, but I think she's
Yeah.
already appeared. So I've heard from a lot of people, including the Nerd Truth, that this season is better than the first so far. Even though the first season was great, this one they've really stepped it up. But speaking of superheroes, Lana, me
Yeah.
and you saw something yesterday.
Yeah.
We both
God.
saw. Wait, okay, so we both saw Thor 2, or Thor: The
Yes.
Dark World, right?
Mhm.
Did you see it in
Yeah.
3D or did you see it in regular?
Matt, why are you even asking me that?
Well,
Do you? I, come on.
I know. Well, because I would have been disappointed
Come
if you saw
on.
it in 2D. I'd be upset.
What? Who are you talking to
I
right
know. I
now?
just want to be sure because there was bonus content if you saw it in 3D. Okay,
Yes,
good.
bonus.
Uh, yes. So let's talk about the first 5 minutes of Captain America. Can I just say,
Ah,
Captain America 1, okay, I've said this on the podcast before. I do not care for Captain America. I think he is very boring. Put him in Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. He may spice it up. I think he's just a boring character. Anyway, even in the Avengers, he was B minus. I like Hawkeye more than I like Arrow. Or Arrow. Hawkeye, yeah, I do like Hawkeye more than I like Arrow. But I like Hawkeye more than I like Captain America.
can I have
Um,
some Hawkeye?
what?
Can I just have some more Hawkeye? And I need some more Jeremy Renner Hawkeye in the movies.
Any day.
And I'm gonna let you go, but I just have to say that I'm feeling a little ripped off with no Hawkeye. And I mean, what the heck? Can we get some Hawkeye? Okay, go ahead.
All
I'm
right,
sorry.
Kanye West. Thanks. Because I love what you said. Because I called you Kanye in my head, then you go, I'm gonna let you finish. Like you said that after I called you Kanye in my head, and I'm like, oh,
Kanye.
this is K Dub. So they show the first, or not first 5 minutes. They show 5 minutes of Captain America. When I saw the first movie, Captain America, I thought it was okay, whatever. This one, I thought Captain America was the Winter Soldier. That's just a blind moment for me. That's how much I don't care for
Right.
Captain America. I don't know any of his villains, except Red Face, Red Skull, whatever. But that 5 minutes was everything.
Wasn't
And
it?
I was like, I cannot wait for this. And I love at the end when he picked up the shield. It was like the Winter Soldier picked up the shield and was like, "This is nice.
Right. I think I'll take it.
I think I'll take it."
Right.
I'm like,
Oh
but
my.
the first thing I was like, "Where's Captain America? Where is he?
Captain America.
Captain America, where are you?" So let's go to the movie. Thor 2. I liked Thor 1 or Thor. I really, really loved this one.
Uh huh.
The villain seemed kind of vanilla. That doesn't take away from the movie. It's just
And then he got a little bit darker as he got a little bit more evil.
yeah. So I'm like, at first I was like, this is the villain. Like he's kind of boring. And then at the end I'm like, oh, this is the villain. He's. But can we talk about the elves? That is stuff of nightmares.
Real quick,
Whoever did
he
that
looked
design.
like a cross between a Romulan and one of those elves from the Lord of the
Yes.
Rings on crack, mixed in with like what?
Oh my God. I when those elves showed up, I was like, this is something I have nightmares about. Like
That
their
was crazy.
eyes were big. It reminds me of the ghosts from Super Mario and
Yeah.
the Red Hood. Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Doesn't it? And I was like, this is creepy. But overall, I thought the movie was really good. Odin's wife can fight. I
Yo,
was,
that respect for her.
I
I
had,
was
when she pulled
like,
out that sword and was like whipping it, and I'm like, oh, like, okay. The
I think
comedy,
all of us in the theater, we were like, ah!
Loki was excellent, per usual. Um,
That man, my goodness,
can we,
awesome.
can I just say, I loved, and I'm gonna say this without giving it away because the movie did just come out. But I love a particular scene, and Lana, you know what I'm talking about, when Loki and Thor are walking side by side and just bantering, and then Loki is changing
Yes,
into certain
yes.
people. When he changed into that person, I was like, this
Oh,
is amazing.
that was freaking. There was a lot of funny moments in Thor. There was you know, okay, without because I don't want to give people spoilers. I'll just say when he's in the house with the hammer, he walks in and he's like, "Oh,"
Yes.
and that was so cute, and it just made me giggle.
Because
And there was it was really funny. There was a lot of funny parts in it, a lot of funny parts in it, but it was just I loved it.
I,
Zachary Levi, barely recognizable.
I didn't know it was Zachary Levi into the credits.
Yeah, I saw and I was looking and I was like, oh dang, barely recognizable, but it was very cool. That's a big win for him to see
Yeah.
him up in a
It
movie like
is.
that. That's pretty awesome.
I instantly went to IMDb. No, I went to I searched Zachary Levi and I typed in Thor 2 or Thor: The Dark World to look at his picture again. I'm like, okay, now I can see it. But for that entire movie or the scenes he was in, I did not know that was him because that hair,
Yeah,
it was like really, it's the same face. I guess they did the hair. They gave him a mustache. I think they
yeah,
colored his eyebrows obviously to give him that entire blonde look. But like even his normal features that they didn't change didn't even look
yeah.
like him.
And why didn't any of our nerdy friends say anything about Christopher Eccleston being in that movie?
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay,
I
Whovians.
was with three of my friends, and I literally looked at, and I think two of us watched Doctor Who, and I was like, "That's Christopher Eccleston," and they were like, "Yeah, you didn't know." I'm like, "No one told me."
Nobody even made a big deal about it. Like, I mean, normally it would have been like, Christopher Eccleston, blah, blah. And I looked and I was like, what?
And again, it didn't look like him, it didn't sound like him.
Okay, Whovians, you're slipping. Y'all should have been blowing that up
Sean,
all over the
Sean,
place. You're slipping.
no, I'm a little disappointed.
I didn't see it blowing that up all over the place. I didn't see that anywhere.
Anywhere, I was like,
I
"Are
didn't
you
see it.
serious?" But overall, and then the ending after the credits.
Oh, shut the front door. Y'all, go see Thor.
I stood up and clapped at the end, like after the credits, the bonus scene at the end, and people
Yes.
around me were like, "Why are you clapping?" I'm like, "Because," and I'm not gonna give any
My
spoilers.
theater clapped.
No, your theater clapped.
My theater clapped at the end of the
Oh, we
movie.
went to a 3 o'clock showing, so it was
Oh,
like maybe 25 people in there.
okay, I went to the 7 o'clock XD.
It was packed.
You know, the real fans who don't mind paying $16.
I don't mind paying, but I'm like, if I'm not, I didn't work
Well, no,
yesterday.
what I mean is, these are the people who are like a little bit more
Oh
hardcore.
yeah,
They're
yeah.
like, I want it, like, let's all go together. Like, these are the type of people I was with.
Like literally half the people when the movie ended, like before the bonus scene, like got up and left, and that does piss me off because I'm like,
You're
you're just
stupid.
stupid. Like you're not a nerd. Like you just want to see this movie because it's like the thing to do. Like I
Like, why are you here?
yeah, I'm like, ugh. So when it happened, I clapped. I stood up and clapped at the end of the bonus credits, and people were like, "This guy was like, why are you clapping?" And I literally sat next to him and his wife for 5 minutes and explained to him what that ending credit means. And I was like, "This is everything to me. Illuminati, baby, Illuminati." And he was like, "Are you serious? They're called that?" I said,
It's
"Yes,
wave
they're called the
two.
Illuminati."
It's wave two.
I said, "This is
Huh?
phase 2." I said, "You're not ready." I said, "You're not ready for phase 3 because phase 3." I'm sorry. I need to calm down.
Just run with it. Just go. Let the
Phase.
passion take you.
My friend Tion was like, "What does this mean?" So I explained to him what the bonus credits meant and the story, and he was like, "So is that gonna be like in the next Avengers?" I was like, "No, no.
No,
It's gonna be
no.
phase 3 at the earliest."
Oh my gosh.
Woo!
Benicio del Toro. Can I just say Benicio del Toro and just be like, yes. Oh my gosh, the collector. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Like, ah,
Lana, I am ready. My body is ready. Because the movie was good. I'm like, this movie's excellent. The credits come, they go. The special scene happens, and I was like, "Whoa! Oh my god!" One step closer, and then he was like one step closer. I'm like, "Oh my god!"
I know.
I have been praying for the. Bring it down. So really.
Oh, but
Go ahead.
oh,
Go ahead.
go. We're just both so excited. Just go.
Sorry. Well, I was gonna tangent from that more Marvel news.
Uh-huh.
Did you have anything else about Thor?
Not about Thor. I was going to talk about a trailer. But shut up. Are we going to talk about the same thing?
Well, this is a news that happened with Marvel a
Okay,
couple
tell me.
days ago. So Marvel and Netflix made a deal. Did you hear about this?
No!
So this was announced because we know that when it comes to the small screen, that's like their realm. DC's been doing very well
Yeah.
with Smallville. Obviously, was very successful. They're doing Arrow, then they're moving on to the Flash, and I think some other stuff too. But Marvel has been saying for the past few weeks they have a big announcement to make, and they're trying to go. The rumors are they're going to the smaller screen. So last week they announced a partnership with Netflix over the coming years. They announced a deal for 4 13-episode series. So featuring independently. So one series will be about Daredevil. One series will be about Jessica Jones.
Who's that?
See, I had to look her up too. Well, let me really quick. Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, have his own show, and then Luke Cage. So
Oh,
I'm really excited.
snap.
Now back to Jessica Jones. I was like, who is she? So Jessica Campbell Jones Cage. I don't think she's married to Luke Cage. Um, is she's a Marvel Comics hero. She debuted in the series Alias.
Okay.
And she's as an embittered former superhero who has used aliases around the world, whatever. So I looked at it, I was like, okay, that doesn't really tell me a lot. So I looked at her powers. So as a result of a chemical spill, Jessica Jones possesses superhuman strength and resistance to injury and the ability to fly at subsonic speeds. The
Okay.
exact limits of her powers have yet to be defined, but in some comics, she's been shown to lift two ton police cars with ease. But she's not completely invulnerable because in one issue she got pummeled by Spider Woman and Iron Man, like physically beat, like almost to death.
Whoa.
That's what Wikipedia says. So
Okay.
they have a show. So those four shows. So I don't. They don't. I don't know if they have a. I'm looking right now to see if they have a release date, but I know this is coming very soon.
Hmm.
But I'm really, really excited because primarily because I've always enjoyed Daredevil. The movie was awful, but I've always enjoyed Daredevil. So that's cool. I'm excited to see Iron Fist because I really like Iron Fist because he works under Doctor Strange at time. He was part
Yeah.
of Doctor Strange for a time. But I'm really, really excited for Luke Cage.
Yes, I know. And I'm gonna, because you're such a fan of Luke Cage, I'm definitely gonna check that out and do a little bit more research and stuff because I'm interested. I'm gonna give all of them a chance because it's new.
And they're on Netflix and
And
we're already paying for it. So
I'm already paying for net. Oh, by the way, and this is so off subject, but because we're talking about Netflix real
yeah.
quick, Chuck, if you have not seen the series, Chuck starring Zachary Levi, Adam Baldwin, Yvonne Strakowski, um, Chuck is now on Netflix.
Are you serious?
Chuck is on Netflix. Poor Michelle, shout out to Michelle. Hope you feel better. She's been under the weather, been really sick, and
Yeah.
she messaged and she's like, I'm watching Chuck, and I saw it a little blurb somewhere else that Chuck is on
Are
Netflix.
you
So excited!
serious?
I will be having a marathon.
I've never seen it. And
Don't play
people
with
have always
me.
told me
I
to
don't have to
watch
go to
it.
work Monday. I don't have to go to work Monday. Yeah,
People have told me to
I'm be
watch it,
watching.
and I was like, "Well, it's not on Netflix, and I don't feel like ordering the disc."
No, watch Chuck. There's so many Comic Con references. It's so cute. Like seriously. I will eventually buy the entire series on DVD.
Hmm.
I mean on DVD. Cut out my tongue. Blu-ray. And but I'm gonna buy the entire series. But it'll be so nice until I get around to doing that to just watch it on Netflix. I love that show. I love that show.
I cannot wait to watch it because I really, really want to watch it. Especially because the first time I went to Comic Con and I went to
Yes.
Nerd HQ and I didn't know who Zachary. I think I knew his face, and I knew the show Chuck. I didn't know who the actor's name was. And then when I saw Nerd HQ, I was like, okay, cool. And then everyone was like, oh, he's the guy from Chuck, and I'm like, oh, is this show still on? And like, no, it just ended or was going to end.
Yeah.
So no, I'm gonna watch it because I need a new show to watch. I need a show that's light because
It's light and it's cool.
yeah.
And here's the thing, and this is what I tell everybody. It's a show that steadily gets better. Season one to me wasn't the best season, but just keep watching it because with each episode, it's like they get more and more comfortable. It gets better and better and better. I want to say they reached their peak for me because it's only 5 seasons. Seasons, what, three and
Hmm.
four were really really awesome.
Right.
I enjoyed season 2 a lot and season 1 was cute, but just watch it from beginning to end. It's really really good. They really fought hard for season 5 to be able to end the show, in a way that was satisfying to everybody. And some people didn't think it was satisfying. It just kind of depends. But it was so good. Oh my gosh.
I cannot wait to watch it. No, I'm really excited for all this content, but also I'm very scared because there's no as much as the shows grow, the time in a day does
Shrink.
not. Yeah, it shrinks. It
It
does not.
doesn't.
So that's just really cool. I'm really happy. I know that Netflix stated that they will introduce this Marvel event with a mini event or mini movie called The Defenders or mini show called The Defenders, and then that will
Oh,
start the breakout of all the independent shows. So I'm really excited because Daredevil's pretty obscure. Well, all the characters are pretty obscure, but I'm happy because they're giving Deadpool, they're reviving him, and also Marvel just
yeah.
got the rights to produce this. They just got the rights not too long ago. Um,
Mad respect to Netflix for how they're doing it because they were on. everybody's hit list for a while with the whole debacle with the mailing out the DVDs, and
Right.
just they took a couple of major hits, and I do have some respect for them for saying we're not going to give up, we're going to come back, we're going to do original content, and so they're keeping their company alive by being innovative, and we're going to do our own shows, and we're going to partner, and we're going to do this, and now Netflix is hot again because they've got all these independent content, and the thing is, it's still only $7.99 a month.
It is, and that's all I have. I don't even have DVDs
It's
anymore.
so worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so I kept looking. So this starts in 2015, which
Hmm.
is cool. I think that's perfect time because it's going to take
Yeah.
time for them to develop the pilots, the shows. But those are the shows that they're going to definitely do. The only interesting thing that people have questions about is how are you going to develop these stories? Because I know like Jessica Jones is a mother, she's a wife, she's a superhero, she's a undercover agent. Luke Cage is an all-out brawler, but him and Iron Fist have always been paired together, like all the time. So it's kind of interesting how they have them in two different shows, and then Daredevil. So I'm really excited for one how they're going to develop these shows, how they're going to cast these, like who's going to be cast in these characters. Especially for Luke
Hmm.
Cage, I'm really interested because right now I can't see any actor, actor of African American descent that will be cast that's known.
Yeah. I'm wondering how they're going to do it. It's going to be
So
interesting.
that'd be really cool. And then are they going to have Joss Whedon jump in? Like, is he going to be doing a couple shows? Like, is he going to be directing a couple shows? Because this really opens the door. Because I feel like with them doing this, I could see Hulu being like, "Hey, DC,
Right. I know. I mean, the worlds are endless here.
yeah,
There's so much, and I'm still waiting for Wonder Woman. But which at this point, I just have no faith that that will ever happen. But did you see the X-Men trailer,
is water wet?
which I've seen before, and I'm
Is
just
water wet?
like
Is water wet,
the
Lana?
the feels for the. I mean, I'm just I have oh I the anticipation that I have for this movie. I just I don't even know what to
I'm just gonna
say.
let you get it out.
I just I don't know. Like, so we're sitting there
Mm-hmm.
because I was with Kim and my roommate
Yeah.
Shauna. So we were sitting there, and the trailer comes on, and I'm just like, and I'm holding my breath through like almost the whole thing. I'm so, it's crazy I didn't pass out. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I can't.
Right.
It's too far away. It's so far away. It's so far away.
It's only in May. It's only May. It's only
I
May.
can't.
But can I just say, I
I want to
love the
cry.
Trent Reznor music that they were playing, like from the Social Network. Like that music, I love that music.
Oh, is that what that's from?
Well,
I didn't
it's
know that was Trent Reznor.
well, it's original. It's the original track for the soundtrack of the movie. But when you see, like, if you saw like the Social Network or A Girl with a Dragon Tattoo, he
I didn't see
he
it.
he did the soundtracks for both of those, and it's very much like that slow. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know why I said Trent Reznor. Inception. The music is very Inception based.
Oh, Inception. I was about to say Trent Reznor is the lead singer for Nine Inch Nails, but people can diversify.
You're right. No, yeah, for Inception, that is very Inception-ist music. And I feel like that music was a great
Yeah.
driver for that trailer. Because the trailer is really good.
Oh,
At some parts seem since it's Marvel, I'm very critical even of a trailer. And I felt that some of the parts of the trailer were a little choppy, like maybe
mhm.
they had to cut like right there because it would have gave way too much, or
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's just like some parts I'm just like, okay, that was really abrupt. It wasn't the smoothest trailer I've ever seen. um
No, I feel what you're talking
but
about. And it's funny.
yeah,
And I'm wondering the difference between Fox and Marvel Studios because, X-Men, that's Fox.
that's true,
Even though it's Marvel characters, that's still
that's
Fox.
true.
And that's why we're never going to see, an Avengers versus X-Men type thing. Two
Oh,
different studios. I know. Don't even speculate. It's never going to happen. Too much money.
Lana, please,
Uh,
why do you do this to me? Like, I just want.
it would be awesome, but what do we stop. I just can't. Like if Spider-Man were to pop up in the X-Men.
I was just about to be like, because for certain events in the Marvel universe, Spider-Man is needed.
Yes.
So I'm curious as to when Phase 3 happens, which is years from now, how they're going to do that because he is critical.
I love how their universe is mapped out. I'm gonna be like 75 years old talking about its phase 6 going to the
You're
movies
right.
and with my walker. I'm gonna be like, gotta get there.
Because when you look at stuff like, they're going to be doing um, Doctor Strange, Ant Man. You know,
I don't care about Ant-Man.
I don't care about Ant Man, but I want to see the footage because only people when we were at Comic Con 2012 they showed the footage, which of
Hmm.
course you won't see anywhere. But from what I saw, or what I heard, it looks really good. Because I mean, Ant Man's abilities are pretty cool. Like I mean, the fact that he can go from any size, and but also him and Hawkeye are like best friends. So I'm really interested to see how
Oh,
that
are we gonna
develops.
see Hawkeye and Ant-Man movie?
Well, we're going to see her name just left me. What's her name? Black Widow. We're going to see Black Widow and Captain America.
But I need to see Black Widow and Hawkeye because I'm very curious. I need more of their backstory. Why are they such good friends? Why are they willing to go to the mat for each other? I need some more Black Widow and Hawkeye, and I'm not getting it with Captain America.
Secret lovers. Do-do-do-do-do.
That's what we are.
Wow, I love that. This is
Yeah.
why I love us. Okay, so what's next? What are we doing next?
I don't
If you want
know.
to do blast from the past, Lord. I'm just my body is just. This is why I am so excited for this podcast, and then I get so nervous because I just don't want to like like blow a blood vessel or like.
Okay, so movies. Have you seen anything else besides Thor?
I was going to see Ender's Game,
I saw
and
Ender's Game.
did you like it?
Yeah,
Okay, good.
I'm gonna actually read the book because I know you and Jordan were talking about that it flushes it out. See, I didn't read the books before, but now seeing the movie was really really good. It makes me want to read the books because I want the fleshed out
Mm-hmm.
version.
Mm-hmm.
It was, and I'm like, why am I gonna watch this movie about this kid?
Right.
But then when we were waiting in line, you guys were like so excited about it. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna watch this movie about this kid, and it was so much more than that. I
So
was
how did they?
like,
So now that you know, like, how did they do the? Did they do the twist well?
yeah, oh my gosh. First of all, this dude Asa Butterfield, great actor.
He's a really, really good
Um,
actor.
he's really good. He was in Hugo,
Mm-hmm.
this movie, like some giant
I
mechanical.
liked it. Did you like Hugo?
I haven't seen it, but it's on
Yeah.
Netflix, so I've been wanting to watch it. I just never got it. So it's good. I should watch it.
It's good. I mean, it's nothing. So the trailer it won so many awards, like
Yeah,
Oscars and stuff. But it's not a movie that you sit there and you're like hype about it. It's very I don't
like
want to.
chill.
Yeah, it's chill. I don't want to say slow because it's not a fast
Okay.
paced movie, and I don't want to say fast because it's not a fast paced movie. So it's like in the middle. It's a story about a boy. I mean, it really is a story about a boy and
Okay.
and his life, and one of the most gorgeous movies I've seen in a very long time.
Oh.
And Oliver Stone, I believe Oliver Stone deserved every
Well,
award.
Oliver Stone is freaking
Yeah, I
awesome.
mean
I
it
mean,
was such a good movie. So I don't want you to go in thinking it's gonna be some action pack. I mean it's in the winter time. And animated movies that deal with winter or snow are just always
uh-huh.
gorgeous. So I would say give it a chance. But it's not something that you want to watch before you go to bed because you'll tire yourself out.
Okay. So I'll check out Hugo. But Asa Butterfield, who was in Hugo, he plays Ender Wiggin
Mm-hmm.
in this movie. And wow, it was so much more than I thought it was going to be. And, we had Viola Davis, we had Harrison Ford in it.
Yep.
And we had Ben Kingsley,
Yeah, he plays the guy with the
Azer Rockham,
Rock'em Sock'em.
Rockham Sock'em,
Yes.
Smack 'em Yack 'em. Anyways.
Yeah, I mean, I read the books. Or I read both the books, Ender's Game and Ender's Shadow.
Did you read the series
I
or
didn't.
did you read?
I didn't read the series. I just read Ender's Game and I read Ender's Shadow, which is about the boy. I forgot his name, but the other boy who he just follows Ender around. So it's the same story, but from his perspective. So it is a little
Okay,
different.
so because I remember, I think Jordan had read Ender Shadow series and was saying that part starring Bean and then eventually Ender's brother Peter
Mm-hmm.
takes place on Earth, and it's kind of like a divergent kind of
Like Caprica.
reality. Yeah, like when Ender's gone doing his thing, what's going on Earth? So, and he was saying how that was good, but I've read that some of the Ender series after the first book got kind of boring, kind of like up and down,
Well,
as far as, the interest. But I'm at the very least, I'll read Ender's Game if
definitely.
I like it enough. I'll read the second one. If it's boring, I have no tolerance for that.
Well, I would say obviously, reading Ender's Game was a great idea. Ender's Shadow, I would recommend it just because, I mean, it's the same story, it's just from a different perspective. So
Yeah.
I mean, I did like it. Of course, Ender's Game is the best. It's the flagship, but it's the same thing for like books like The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo,
Yeah.
and like the first book is excellent. The movie was done very well, but the next two books were just not the same. I mean, they were good and there was
Really?
good
Okay.
closure, but they were not as action packed. I mean, it was very because first they're all dark, but the first book is very dark. The story, the premise is very excellent, very original. The last two are not necessarily unoriginal, but it's just not the same because you're still expecting that rise that you got from book one, and it just won't do it. I've heard like the Hunger Games series is not like that. I heard the Hunger Games series is good in the way that it still kind of keeps you going.
The
Um,
second book is excellent, like the one that's coming up.
Catching
It's
Fire.
because yeah, I've read the Hunger Games series. The first book I thought was good. It made me want to read the second one. The second one, in my opinion, I think is probably my favorite,
Hmm.
just because of the elements. The third one definitely rounded out. A lot of people were very unhappy with how the third one ended. I couldn't see it ending any other way. Honestly, I thought it was done fine. I mean, this is a really kind of harsh dystopian society. It's not going to be flowers and candy.
Right. Is it? It's only three
So
books.
I think it's just three.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, everyone that I've talked to that has read all three books, they've said nothing but positive things about it.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see it. The newest trailer for Hunger Games or for Catching Fire got my heart racing. So if
Yeah.
a trailer can get
No,
my heart racing, then I want to see it.
yeah, no, it's definitely good. I'll be seeing it. I thought I thought Hunger Games was boring the whole first half,
Hmm.
and I was like, "Oh my gosh." So I'm hoping the second one
I completely agree with
gonna
you because the first one, I haven't read any of the books. The first half was boring, but it was almost like not even the first half. It was like the first third because I feel like they got to the Hunger Games part of it faster than I anticipated. I thought the
yeah.
Hunger Games part of it, literally like most movies do this, are like the climax and it's like the last 30 minutes of the movie. It was like the last hour and like not hour and a half, but like last hour or so. So I thought
Right.
that part. I thought once they got into the actual games, I thought the movie was really good. Like it picked up. It went from like 1 to 20.
Mhm.
But I think the backstory is just like yeah, it's a little dry. It sucks. I mean, it's like a necessary evil. But Jennifer Lawrence is a really really great actress. She fits that role perfectly. I'm so happy she's in Hunger Games and in X-Men. As just like
Yeah.
I love that she's Mystique. Woo I can't. So anyway, so that's I need to see that. I think what I'm gonna do is go see Hunger Games. I think what I'm gonna go see is Ender's Game today. Just because I'm not doing anything, and I would love to see that movie.
Yeah.
And I've been getting into the groove of watching movies by myself. I haven't seen or theater by myself. I haven't seen Thor. I didn't see Thor 2 by myself, but there's some movies in the past few probably 4 or 5 months that I won't go at night. I mean, we may have talked about this on the podcast, but I don't want to go at night, but I'll go like now. Like now's a good time to just go
Yeah.
and it'd be like
It's
yeah, it'd be
fun.
like a few people there, or
Love it.
whatever, and I'll see the movie and I'm good. Like I went and saw. Oh yeah, I saw Percy Jackson by
Oh,
myself,
really? I
and
remember you told me. Yeah.
and I was by myself, which is fine because no one went to the movie, or the people that do like the series hated the first movie. I went and there were
Yeah.
just all like teenage girls there. I walked in by myself. They all were staring at me, and I'm just like, whatever. I go into a corner, like I like literally go into a corner, like put my hood up and like pull my phone out. So I look probably crazy, but I didn't care. And I wish I
Yeah.
didn't go
It's
see it because
chill.
the movie was awful. But whatever. I'm not gonna talk about that.
Well, there's that, and then there's 47 Ronin coming out
47
with
Ronin
Keanu
looks
Reeves.
so good. It
I'm
looks
gonna go see it now. To be fair, Keanu Reeves is not a great actor. Let's just keep it real. I mean, I think it's kind of like everybody talks about it.
mm-hmm,
He can't act.
mm-hmm.
He can't,
He,
but he does these really cool action movies, and I'm just gonna go see it. So I don't care.
47 Ronin looks excellent because I
It's awesome.
saw the
Yes.
trailer a while ago, but I forgot about it. Not that it wasn't good. It's Keanu Reeves. It's like you see a Tom Cruise trailer and you're like, the movie looks really good, but Tom Cruise is in it, and he's the lead. Oh, this movie looks really good,
Right.
but Keanu Reeves is in it.
Right.
It's like,
It's crazy.
so 47 Ronin looks really good. The action looks excellent. The fight scenes look amazing. I'm interested to see it. I think it'll turn out well. But anything with samurais in it and magic and cool fight scenes. You might as well just tell me, just describe the movie. Don't tell me who's in it. I'll just go see it. And I'm okay. I'm
Right,
okay with
and
that.
that's basically where I am.
Right. Well,
So
you want to just hit up with our blurs of the week? Blurs of the week.
let's do blurs of the week, and then so oh my god, real quick. Okay, before blurs of the week, I'm sorry,
No,
we're
go
going
ahead.
long, but dang it, PS4 comes out next week.
Oh my God! Sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
But you know what? We're at an hour and 20 right. Okay, we got to make a decision. We got to make a decision. Are we going to cut right now and just do blurs of the week, or are we going to talk PS4, or are we going to? What are we going to do? What are we
Let me
doing?
suggest something. Let me
Like, just tell me, because I don't know. I'm confused.
tell me. Oh, sorry. How about we do blurs of the week? Blurs of the week. I can never say that one time right. Um,
Blurs of the week.
blurs of the week, dear ma'am. And why don't we do, because PS4 comes out on Friday the 15th.
I'm sorry. It
You're
just
right.
came out.
Why don't we do you want to dedicate the podcast next week to it?
Let's just do that. Let's just dedicate it. Oh, do me a favor. Film yourself. Just do a little
Oh
film yourself.
yes, I'll do that. I'll
Pick
do
it up.
that. Don't let me forget.
Film yourself. Pick it up. I'll film myself walking in, picking it up. Probably not while I'm in the store, but just like walking in or something like that. I just want to see a reaction. We need to do something where we're opening it up. I don't even care if we record it or not. I need to have you on a video call.
Why don't we do? See, that's the thing is like, so maybe I should go. I'll pick it up at midnight then. How about that?
You know what?
I'll do it. Whatever. I don't care. Because I'm only working a
Because
half a day on Friday anyway. Because I'm not. It's PS4 day. Sorry, I know this on the podcast. I don't care. I'm only working a half a day, so whatever.
And I'm like, yeah, that's gonna be my weekend. Pretty much is gonna be PS4, and I'm so glad it comes out on a
A
Friday,
Friday.
and I'm gonna go home, and then I'm not gonna sleep for 3 days.
Yeah.
So
So I mean, we'll talk. Well, the podcast next week will be very short because we're going to be tapping into our PS4 time.
yeah,
So
and yeah, we need to just do a Google check and just hold up our little video game, our little handhelds. Okay, blurs of the week. We'll work it out. We'll work it
okay,
out during the week. Okay,
okay.
blurs of the
Oh, did
week.
you download the PS Vita patch?
No, not yet, but no.
I think it's out, and I'm saying it like I already have it. But there was a PS Vita patch, so it's prepping your PS Vita for the PS4. So like the remote play and all that. So I think they did it like a couple days ago.
I just
I remember reading about what it included, so I think it's already out.
see. I didn't know Vita was going to do a patch. I knew the PS4 had a patch. Okay, so now I'll be reading about that so I can download
Yeah,
it.
so I think it's just hit download, put your PS Vita down, and it'll take its time or whatever. I don't think it's that big of a download, but it's supposed to it'll update your PS Vita to where it's compatible with the PS4, and
Yes.
you can do remote play. So yeah.
Real quick, are you getting games from Target? What are you doing?
I'm not. So I'm getting. What I've been hearing is a lot of games are very cheap. Cheap meaning like a little bit cheaper at Costco. So of course I'm buying my PS4 from GameStop. I do love me some Target. Target I drive by every day. I wouldn't mind getting it, but I also drive by Costco and I have a Costco membership. So
Yeah.
like Arkham Origins, Batman it's $60 at Costco. It's $50.
Is that going to be ready for the PS4 or is that just PS3 and Xbox right now?
It's for all systems, including PS4 and Xbox. So Xbox One. So I'm assuming it looks better, like Call of Duty Ghost. Like the Call of Duty Ghost already came out. Of course, I haven't bought it because I'm buying it for the PS4. But like
Yeah.
Kotaku did a bunch of side by sides of different games, including Call of Duty, and I'm just like PS4. Yeah, it does look gorgeous. The Call of Duty Ghost is still a gorgeous game. But on the PS3, on the PS4, woo! I mean, everything just looks so much better. It just looks better.
Yeah. Well, because they're doing like a 2-for-1, I'm gonna go, but I don't think Assassin's Creed comes out till the 12th.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I am gonna go tomorrow. I'm gonna see what they have in case they try to pull something because there's no rain checks for it. So I'm gonna see
Right.
what they have. If Assassin's Creed is not out tomorrow, if it really is out on the 12th, then I will be going on my lunch break to Target to get a twofer.
Oh yeah, I'm all about it.
So
I'm all about it. Ooh,
yeah, just because free is free.
Free is for you. You telling me? Okay, so
Okay.
Blairs, would you like to go first, madam?
Bill Cosby for creating a different world. And you know what? Bill Cosby has been controversial as he's gotten older because some people get mad at him. Some people get mad at Bill.
Well, as he's gotten older, but see, I think honestly, he said some things before that have been like critical of the black culture, and but he's been right, and I say that,
It's not like he's wrong.
yeah,
It's not like he's wrong. It's just that people don't, people don't like to be told what to do. And that's basic, right or wrong. People don't want you to tell them what to do. But I understand his concern and I understand where he's coming from. I'm not going to go all into his views. You can Google that. It's out there everywhere.
let me interrupt you really quick,
But
ma'am. I'm just
yeah.
going to backtrack because I googled the buy one get one free or buy two get one free at
Oh,
Target. So the
yes,
games that
yes.
are available that fall under this are Killzone Shadowfall, Knack, which I'm definitely getting Knack.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that one.
NBA 2K14, Madden 25, FIFA 14, Battlefield 4. That's it. Then these are the only
Hmm.
games. So, and Assassin's Creed. I was gonna see if you're gonna freak out first.
Yeah, because I'm like, what?
No,
So, but you know what? I thought it was going to be more games than that because I thought it was games in store.
I'm sorry. Okay, so see, I'm sorry. I'm glad you said that. It says because it just gives those images, but it says each PS4 game shown, which is the games I listed, and more
Yeah.
in stores. So I'm
See,
assuming every.
and oh, I'm
No,
sorry. Go
you're fine.
ahead.
I'm just assuming every game.
But you know what else I read? I read that across the board for all systems, they were having a sale like that.
Hmm.
And so that's what I read because some Target insiders, some employees were posting on one of the game sites, and because I was trying to find what games am I going to get, and we're saying, well, they're having a sale with Xbox One and with all of them, and so I'm wondering if they have a sale. I mean, I might pick up two PS4 games and get a Vita game,
I would just say,
depending on what they have,
Lana,
and depending on
I think it's a good idea because it's buy two get one free. Even though the games, yes, are $60 and that's kind of pricey, but those are the games across the board. So it'll be
yeah.
$60 minimum. I'm just gonna just bite the bullet, buy two games, and then just get the third one for free. So I'm definitely gonna get Knack, Assassin's Creed, and then Call of Duty Ghost will be my third one.
Yeah, because does Call of Duty Ghosts have zombies?
They all every installment since Civil before World of War. I don't know the exact because there's so many titles and so many variations. But since then, it's had a zombies DLC or not necessarily DLC, but in game. So the last one, Call of Duty Black Flag. Call
Like,
of, Call of
yeah.
Duty Black Ops 2 had zombies, and Call of Duty Black Ops 1 had zombies. So this one more than likely will have zombies. They just haven't made that special announcement yet.
I just want to kill
It's
zombies.
the best thing. It's if you love shooters and people that you're friends with that play video games and like shooters,
Yeah.
get them to play zombies because everyone loves to shoot zombies. You may not necessarily like a zombie show or movie, but everyone loves to kill zombies.
Yes.
So if someone's like, "Oh, I don't know," but let's just play the zombie one, and then it's all about it. It's not a story; it's just a survival mode. See, it's so cool. It's so cool.
Hmm.
So we'll be playing zombies together because we can play online together. Yeah.
Yay.
So I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt your Blurs of the Week or Blur of the Week, but
No,
I just
that's
wanted
cool. That's it. Everybody knows who Bill Cosby is.
to. Okay.
And he's had a long legacy in film. He did, but he's my blur because of the Cosby Show in a different world and being the creator of an entity like that turned out to be important in my life.
Hmm.
Regardless, I mean, I do agree with some of his views, not all of them, but whatever. And
Right.
he's my blur of the week because I think he deserves it.
Um. Okay, mine. I'll make this really quick because I just got into this person. He's not necessarily an actor. He's just a comedian. He has a show on FX, and it's called Totally Biased with W. Kamau Bell.
Uh
And
huh.
he's from the San Francisco Bay Area, and he's an African American stand up comic.
Hmm.
And he is really good or he's my brother of the week because I watched a segment on him talking about Keenan Thompson and the SNL
Oh,
debacle, and I wanted to bring him up. A couple weeks ago, but I just wasn't. I just didn't want to. So it's a little after the fact, but still, I think he's a great comedian. I guess you heard of him through Aisha Tyler, who we all know I'm in love with.
yes.
But they're both from the Bay Area, and she had him on her podcast. And then I started to watch Totally Biased with W. Kamau Bell, and he talks about serious topics, but he's a comedian. He's very funny. He had a what is it called? He had a performance of his one man show, the W. Kamau Bell Curve, ending racism in about an hour.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be on FXX in this fall. So now basically, and I'm really excited to see that because anything where a comedian talks about ending racism, I'm like, let me hear it.
I know, right?
Right, and his show is produced by Chris Rock. Chris Rock discovered him, meaning like wanted to do a show revolving around him on FX. So I'm really
Mhm.
excited because to listen to him guest starring on Aisha Tyler's podcast about developing his show and how he had to like go into Chris Rock's office and basically like sell himself to Chris Rock, not necessarily telling jokes, but just selling himself why he would be a good comedian and a good face for this show. And Chris Rock would like wouldn't be like on set during filming, but he would like watch videos, and then when they would get done, he would call Kamau Bell and be like, "Okay, I liked it, but I didn't like this. Let's change this. Let's change that." But he says as the show
Wow.
has developed, and he's really got into his own self with the show, Chris Rock has really taken a backseat. Chris Rock has officially taken just an EP role and not
Hmm.
necessarily an influence of like, I didn't like that I didn't like that bit, I didn't like that statement. He was like, he's really gotten to his own self. So it's really cool, and I really like Chris Rock since Chris Rock is rumored to be going on a tour soon
Oh,
with Dave.
I am so
Him and
ready.
Dave Chappelle
I'm.
are talking. I kid you not.
Stop.
They're in the
Oh
talks.
gosh, I can't.
I'm serious. They're in talks right now. Things may have changed. This was about 2 months ago. They're in talks to do a tour, a comedy tour, and
Oh my
I
god,
am ready. So
I am so ready. I am
yeah,
there.
so that's why Kamau Bell is just my blur of the week, just because I see so much of well, not necessarily, I don't want to say that, but he's a big influence to me, just because of his background, where he's going, a lot of the adversity he's had to get into media and get into stand up comedy from an African American perspective, and yeah, so shout out to Bill Cosby and Kamau Bell. I don't know what the W means or stands for being our Blerds of the week. Keep doing what you're doing. Now I want pudding. So thanks a lot, Lana, for that.
Yeah. Next week we will be talking about PS4, of
Woo!
course, duh. And also I'm going to tell you about Kamikaze Part 2 because they had a panel, the on women in nerd culture, and I have some
And I
thoughts.
also want to talk about Fangasm. I said
Yes,
that a couple
because
weeks
can I
ago.
just say I stopped watching it.
I watched the whole thing.
So please, yeah, so you can update me because I was just like,
And the black guy that was on the show, I just wasn't. Okay, we'll talk about it.
okay, we'll talk about
All
it.
right, guys. Well, again, thanks a lot for
Oh,
listening to us. I know this is a jam-packed episode. It was kind of random, but not really. It was kind of random. I loved it. I'm not disappointed at all. But thanks for following with us, going back and forth. TVs, the
we
music.
had a lot to talk about. It was like word vomit, but it was awesome.
Yeah.
So,
So thanks a lot, guys. Seriously, like us on Facebook if you haven't. Follow us on Twitter. We got a lot. Shout out to all the new followers we got in the past week. We've been really ghost on Twitter this past week just because we've been extremely busy. But I would check it like every day or so, and I'm just like, new followers. Like, thank you so much. Like, I don't know. Like, so I'm a shout out after this recording. I'm a shout out to all of them because we really appreciate it. I
yes, we
we
do.
do. So
Thank you.
thanks again for spreading the nerd, and we'll talk to you on the next one. All right, guys. Bye.
Peace.